Welcome back to the channel. Guys, did you know that if you have a poor credit score, you could lose access to things like mortgage, car finance, in fact, including things as small as having a phone contract? That is to tell you how essential having a good credit score is when you live in the UK or any Western country for that matter. So if you are somebody coming from Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, where there is no credit system, you may find it strange, but just know that having a good credit score is tantamount to being a credible person and being a responsible adult. So if you have a good credit score, it's as saying you have a ticket to be able to access some of the good things that you are going to use in this country. So guys, what is this credit score all about? So without jargons, just look at credit score as a system of grading you to determine how responsible you are, so that anyone that wants to give you a contract, loan you something, will know that you are a responsible person when it comes to your money and you are a credible person. So now you need to know something. Whenever these agencies are checking your credit score, they are looking beyond the numbers. So there are so many agencies in the UK like TransUnion, Equifax, Experian. So depending on any of these one that you are using to track your credit score, if you are using Experian, I believe it's 999 system. Other ones are like 700 system. So if you are using these numbers, you can have a credit score of 964, which is what you are looking on your own screen to say that you have an excellent credit score. That is good. It means you are doing some things right. But those agencies that are going to borrow you money are going to dig deeper and check what is your borrowing habit. How often do you borrow? Do you pay your money back on time? So they look at all of these things. So guys, it is so important to have a good credit score. And that is why in this video, I'm going to be sharing tips that are proven, that has worked for me on how to improve your credit score when you live in a country like the United Kingdom. First off, the first thing you need to do to improve your credit score is to register on the electoral roll. This is free. You don't have to pay any money for it. You can register as soon as you move to the UK. And how are you going to do that? The moment you have your address, log into uk.gov, search for electoral roll, and register there. When you register there, your local council is going to confirm to you that you are now on the electoral roll. Once you register on the electoral roll, that is the first step to improve your credit score. And everyone should do this. If you have not done this, go and do it. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit of story about the electoral roll. This is so important. It is quick and is one of the most positive things to improve your credit score. But bear in mind, when you register for electoral roll, even though you are still living in the same town, if you move houses, you need to re-register on the electoral roll when you move to your next address. If you don't do this, it's going to affect your credit score negatively. It has happened to me. When we move our house, we moved houses, and forgot to do this. I transfer all my address everywhere, did all of these things. But the only thing I forgot to do is registering on the electoral roll in the new address. These affect my credit score negative. I think I lost like 20 points or something. And when you now register again, it takes like 10 months for it to take effect. So be careful with this when you are moving houses. Register at the new address. Don't make that mistake. So that's the first thing to do if you want to improve your credit score. And it is free and fast. It takes you 5 minutes to just do this. The second thing, guys, pay all your bills on time. Every single bills that you have, whether it's your regular bills, things like house rent, every other thing, set them on direct debit or standing order and pay them on time. Now it get worse. If you have things like buy now, pay later, you have things like credit card, you have car finance, you have all of these things, never miss any bill on all of these payments. If you miss any bill on this payment, it's going to be reported to credit agency and it's going to affect your credit score negatively, especially those buy now, pay later and credit card and other car finance, phone contract. Never miss all of these things. And the tips that you can use to not miss all of these things is to just put everything on direct debits. When they are on direct debits, it takes the thinking part away from you. You don't have to think that, which bill do I have at this time, It's already on direct debit. All you need to do is have money in your account. So that goes to tell you that if you put them on direct debit, it saves you the stress of missing payment. So never miss out of any payment. Pay all the bills on time. If you miss out on credit payment, it tells them that you are not responsible. And even if they also give you contracts or they borrow you anything, you are likely going to be missing on your payments. So this will have a negative effect on your credit score. And it's not just affecting the numbers. It's going to tell a bad story about your habits. So that's number 2 things. Number 3, if you have a credit card, your credit card utilization is one of the most important things to build your credit score. If you do it right, it builds your credit score exponentially. If you do it wrong, it does the same thing to the credit score. It drops it massively. So your credit card utilization is really important. Here is the thing. You need to have a low utilization. Do not spend above 25% of your credit card limit. If you spend above 25% of your credit card limit, that means you have a high credit card utilization, and that is not saying something good about you. So here's the thing. If you have a credit card that has a credit limit of £1,000, right? What I'm saying is, on that £1,000 credit card, you should not be spending more than £250 every single month. That is 25% of it. So if you do this, you spend £250 on your credit card that is worth £1,000 every single month. This is going to improve your credit score massively. But if, on the other hand, you spend more than this, it is going to affect your credit score negatively. I'll tell you a bit of story here. So I have a friend. So he has, I think, about £500 of credit card limits. But he didn't know that he need to have a low utilization on his credit card. So what did he do? He's going to spend all these £500 and he's going to pay it back at the end of the month, thinking that he's doing it right because he's paying the full payment back anyway. But what he doesn't know is that he's spending too much on his credit card and he shouldn't be spending that much. And that is just affecting his credit card in a negative way. So it's not about the payment of the money back. It's about the utilization. Use 25% of your credit card limit and make sure to pay it back in full at the end of every single month. Why did I say this? Not paying back your credit card in full will not directly affect your credit score. But listen to this. If you don't pay back your credit card in full every single month, it means you are paying back the minimum on your credit card. So when you pay back the minimum, it's still okay. You can still continue to enjoy your life. But when all of these things accumulate, the interest rate compound, you later find yourself in debt. When you find yourself in debt, you see that you are now defaulting on those debts. When you default on the debt, what happens is going to affect your credit score later. So always make sure to be disciplined when using credit card and use the credit card judiciously by not spending more than 25% of your credit card limit. And this is going to improve your credit score massively. Another thing is keep your old account open for as long as you can. If you come to the UK, you open a bank account, don't be the kind of person that will be closing one account today, opening another one tomorrow, close one today, open another one tomorrow. This does not tell a good story about you. The longer you keep your account open, the more effect it's going to have on your credit score positively. And if you also keep on closing account as well, it will not affect your credit score in a good way. So keep your account open for as long as you can, and they are going to have a positive effect. All of these things, when you look at it holistically, all of these things tells a story about the kind of person you are. All they want to know is this person responsible, and is this person credible for us to give them what they are asking for. And your credit score tells the whole story about you. Another thing is, do not open too much credit at the same time. You are the one that is doing one buy now, pay later today. You do another one tomorrow. You are applying for one credit card the next day. And you're applying for one loan from one bank the other day. You get credit card from 5 agencies at the same time. All of these things does not have any good thing to say about you, and they don't have any good thing on your credit card. Here's the thing. When you apply for a loan, you realize that the first thing they will ask you is about eligibility, right? They will check whether you are qualified for that, especially even with credit card. These things will say, when they do this, they do what we call a soft check. That soft check does not affect your credit score at all. But the moment you qualify and you still want to proceed, to get that credit card or to get that loan, they will do what is called a hard check. The moment they do a hard check, it's going to affect your credit score. Now imagine you apply for 3 different credits in a month and all of them did a hard check on you, and this thing affect your credit card negatively. It's going to crash your credit card from like excellent to good, from good to fair. So don't apply for too much credits at the same time. Another thing is there are some agencies out there that can help you to build your credit score. I know for a fact that Lockbox helps people to build their credit score. So you can explore those options as well. Follow their terms and conditions and do whatever they ask you to do. And this is going to build your credit score for you. Now, lastly, is even though you are using these agencies to track your credits, it is important to always look at your credit reports, because sometimes there are mistakes on the credit report that is now affecting your credit score in a negative way. Because if there are some loans or some credits that you had and you have paid them off and it's not reflecting on your credit score, all of these things will be affecting your credit score negatively. So it is important that you check your credit report, see that everything is as it should be. If everything is as it should be, then you are good to go. Now, final tips. The 2 common apps that we use to track our credit score in the UK is Experian and Credit Karma. I personally like Credit Karma. This is not sponsored. It's just what I use. But I think they are more stricter than Experian. Secondly, on their app, they are always going to give you things you can do to improve your credit score. They will tell you what you're doing right. They'll tell you what you need to improve on. And they'll tell you the things you are not even doing at all. So I prefer to use Credit Karma for that. So guys, these are the things that you can do to improve your credit score. And if you have any other question, please pop it down in the comment section. This is also answering this question somebody has asked in one of my videos, that I should make a video on how to improve their credit score. I hope this helps you.